Hey, how are you all doing? It's Andrea. When you come on, say hello if you're joining me live or if you're catching the replay. Let me know in the comments you've watched my replay. And if you've got any questions about my video today, please ask away. I am using StreamYard, and you just need to, I think the information will be in the comments about you giving permission to StreamYard to show me your comments if you're joining me live. I think it's okay to comment once your video's out on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram, wherever you're watching me from. You'll be able to comment okay once the video's gone on there. It's just the live video, I think. You have to give StreamYard permission to show me your comment, otherwise I can't see your comments when you're joining me. So for those people that don't know me, you're watching my video for the first time. Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a nutritional therapist, and I've been through the perimenopause myself, and I love to help women now to help with their perimenopause and menopause symptoms, midlife symptoms, to get to grips with them, to find solutions to reduce those symptoms so they can go on to create healthy lives. And my video today, I want to talk to you about how menopause can affect your brain health and how you can protect your brain health in menopause. And any other ladies that are watching that are not in perimenopause or menopause, it's never too early to learn about these things and learn about how you can correct your brain health as you're aging, because it can be quite worrying. I speak to quite a few women who are experiencing a bit of brain fog. Maybe you've gone into a room and forgotten what you've gone into that room about. I do that quite regularly. I know I sometimes think about too many things at once, and I'm thinking about the next thing, and I'll go into the room and go, okay, what did I go into this room for? And also you can be maybe in mid-conversation. You know, you're talking about something, like I do my Facebook Lives, I'm talking about something and I forget what I'm talking about, and then I'm going on to something else, and then I remember what I'm talking about. Usually if you just stand still, I stand still for a couple of seconds and go, okay, and I ask the question in my mind, what did I do? What was I talking about? And it usually comes back to me after a while. Now this is quite normal, it's quite natural thing to happen as your hormones are all over the place in perimenopause. Your hormones are at lower levels in menopause. It's mainly the estrogen levels that go in lower, that works with protecting your brain health in menopause. And these can all create all these different types of like brain fog and things like that, and just forgetting something just momentarily. You might find that you're creating more lists around the house now than usual, as well. But there's so much that you can do to help protect your brain as you're aging and protect yourself from developing dementia later in life, as you're going through menopause. And you have trillions and trillions of neurons in your brain, and they're signaling and firing all the time. Your brain's constantly creating memories. It's those neurons are connected to the way you're thinking, your mood, and this is why you may be experiencing more anxiousness in menopause, more depression, more mood swings. But there is so much that can affect your mood swings and depression, not just menopause, not just perimenopause. It can affect women at any age, you know, the mood swings, the depression, and it can be related to your hormone imbalance in your body. There's also systems in your body that can be imbalanced. It's not just your sex hormones. There are other hormones in your body that can affect this, such as your thyroid, cortisol levels, insulin can really affect your brain health and your mood and depression, and also your gut health, because your gut will talk to your brain through your vagus nerve, that's what it's called, and your gut microbiome can have a massive impact on your brain health as well, and your moods and, you know, cravings and things like that. It has a massive, massive effect. The brain and gut connection is being studied a lot more these days, and there is definitely a connection there. And during perimenopause, you have what's called the hypothalamus. If you've watched a few of my videos, you know, talk about the HPA axis, which is really, really important during this time, during your perimenopause and during a woman's menstrual cycle. It can affect women at any age. This hypothalamus breakdown, this HPA axis breakdown, that can happen, but particularly in perimenopause, your hormones are just up and down and all over the place, and this can cause this massive disruption with this HPA axis, the hypothalamus in your brain, which is the master communicator in your brain to communicate with the rest of your body, with your adrenal glands, with your thyroid, giving instructions in your body to do certain things. Like your thyroid and your adrenal glands, they do massive amounts of work in your body. It's your water balance in your body, your blood pressure, your metabolism, the way you think, and your as I say, temperature in your body, temperature in your body, your water balance, everything like that, processing your sugars in your body, and they both work together. Your adrenal glands and your thyroid both work together, and if they're not getting the communications from your brain very effectively, then this is what can cause a lot of your symptoms, this breakdown of that communication, and it can disrupt your brain health as well. And so that's something else to think about as well, is keeping that HPA axis from not being as disrupted. And this is what I help women with all the time. You can work with your nutrition, with your lifestyle, the way that you're thinking, because your brain, the way that you think has a massive impact on the rest of your body, and can cause less disruption. You're looking at your sleep, looking at your gut health. You see, your gut health that's not working correctly, because this is where your gut health is the seat of your health, your immune system, where everything can break down. Is if your gut is not working correctly, you can have heavy metal buildup in your body. Over the years, you can create toxins that can get stuck in your body, not getting detoxed out your body properly. This can get stuck in your fat cells in your brain, because you have your brain has lots of cells, like the rest of your body has cells, and your toxins can get stuck in your brain, and the heavy metals can get stuck in your brain. And this can cause a lot of the brain fogginess, can cause a lot of disruption with your brain health. And your brain will detox at night. So it's important to look at your sleep as well. You're getting enough sleep so your body can detox, your brain can detox it in the evening when you're sleeping. So that's important to look at that as well. As estrogen is going lower, this is when it can, as I talked about in the first beginning of the video, it can cause a bit of a disruption with your brain health and the foggy thinking and going into your room and not remembering where you're going. So it's important to look at your estrogen levels if they're going too low, because you don't want them to go too low. In menopause, your hormones will settle down. It does get easier in menopause. You want to maintain those low levels of hormones, the estrogen and progesterone, and it's more important to nourish your adrenal glands and your thyroid, really, really nourish those and make sure that they're working correctly as you go into menopause. This can help massively with your health and your brain health and your bone health and everything else connected with menopause, to protect yourself as you're aging. And you can do a lot with your nutrition, with your lifestyle, with getting the toxins out of your life, because toxins can mimic your estrogens in your body, and we don't want estrogen mimicking in your body, because that can latch on to your receptor sites all over your body where estrogen can latch onto, and we don't want those toxins to be latched on there. You want your human estrogen to be able to be used, so your body can function much more optimally, and you feel much better. It's also a good idea to look at, because I work with mindset as well, when with women in my 30-day class, and I've got spots open at the moment if you'd like to join me. in my 30-day class, where I help you with your nutrition, with your lifestyle, with your mindset. And it's all about nurturing your thoughts as well. And your nutrition will play a massive part with that, and your gut health. And then looking at your thoughts, how you can change your thoughts. You can have negative thoughts. And what happens in your brain as you go into menopause is you move from the left side of your brain to your right side of your brain. And this can awaken what's called your amygdala. It can awaken like memories that you've had and experiences that you've had over your lifetime in menopause. It can awaken up some more emotions that you thought that they'd gone away. You thought you'd dealt with them. And I speak to lots of women that can struggle with brain health in menopause because of the emotions that are awakened during this phase. And it's sort of you can use your intuition and much more in this phase of your life when this right side of your brain is awakened and you're shifting. It's like the spotlight is taken off. In your fertile years, your spotlight is more on you nurturing, you're looking after other people, you're bringing up your children, so they're the main focus of your life. And then all of a sudden, the spotlight turns off that and more onto your life. And then all of a sudden, you're thinking, oh, okay, what's going on with my life now? You know, I'm concentrating on that. I'm looking at that. It's like these emotions are coming up, these feelings are coming up. My intuition is more heightened. And it can leave you wondering, where the heck are you in your life? And it can bring up a lot of emotions, feeling a bit confused. You don't recognize yourself anymore because of all these things, because of the shifting of your hormones and the shifting of your brain. The spotlight's on you now, and you're having to focus more on you, focus more on your life. And it gets you thinking, what would I like to do now, rest of my life? How would I like to feel? How would I like my life to look like? And this is why I say to lots of women to pay attention to all these feelings that are coming up, all these thoughts that are coming up in your brain, and how you're looking at your life now, you're looking at yourself now. And it can be quite, cause more anxiousness, cause more depression when this is coming up. This is when journaling can really help. What I did in my perimenopause, I journaled everything. I wrote down things about how I was feeling, what I would like my life to look like, and how I could heal from the emotions that I thought I'd dealt with. So this can be really come about as well, connected to brain health in menopause. So I just wanted to mention that as well, something else to look for. As you're experiencing some difficult symptoms. And then we want to look at inflammation and reducing that inflammation in your body. And high amounts of stress can really exacerbate and increase that inflammation, because in menopause, during this phase of your life, you're more sensitive to stress now. You're more sensitive to that release of cortisol, that release of adrenaline from your adrenal glands. And we want to try and look at that, try and reduce the stress as much as you can, so that cortisol is not released so much and causing the inflammation. It can cause inflammation in the brain, and this can really impact your brain health as well. So it's looking at that as well, getting good sleep, reducing that stress, going outside more, nurturing yourself more, you know, really taking care of yourself, putting yourself first. And what also can be affected is your blood flow to your brain as well. So this is why it's important to look at your blood sugar balance, because your blood sugar can get really unstable, and then your brain can be starved of that sugar that it needs to function, because your brain needs a lot of energy to function. It needs that sugar in your brain to function well. And because of the blood flow is reduced down because of the estrogen and progesterone levels changing and going lower, and it can affect blood flow as well with the reduction of estrogen. So it's important to think about that as well. You know, that affects you as well. That affects your brain health. So it's the blood sugar and your blood flow, and this is where your nutrition and extra herbs and supplements can really help here. And looking at looking at your essential fats in your diet, looking at what you're eating, looking at your B12 supplements, You know, I take a B12 supplement myself to help with this, because if your gut health is not working correctly, it can affect your B12, the way that you're absorbing your B12 as well, and your liver health, because you convert your B12 in your liver. So it's really important to nurture your liver during this time, because liver can get stagnant as you're getting older, and your gut health can break down as you're getting older as well. So it's looking at that, and improving that, and improving on your nutrition, you know, getting all the sugary foods out, not eating a lot of processed foods, you know, eating more fruits and vegetables, looking at your grains, you know, taking the wheat out and the dairy, not eating as much meat now, and looking at the quality of the fish that you're eating, because mercury can be contained in a lot of fish, and that can cause a massive disruption with your moods as well if you have lots of mercury and toxic heavy metal buildup in your body. And also there's one thing that I forgot to mention, which is important, which is histamine levels, because histamine can cause a lot of disruption with your brain health as well. And estrogen and histamine both work together. So if you've got lots of estrogen buildup in your body, estrogen dominance, that can increase your histamine levels as well, and that can have an effect on your moods and your anxiousness. Lots of histamine buildup. And so I hope that's helped you identify more about your brain health and how it's affecting you, and ways that you can impact your brain health as you're aging, and have a healthier brain as you're aging, protect your neurons, protect your brain health. If you have any questions at all, please ask me. I'm always here to help. If you've got any questions about your anxiousness, your moodiness, brain depression, if you're having problems with brain fog as well, if you're having lots of brain fog in the morning or in the afternoon, you have that slump where you just can't function properly, that's a sign that your adrenal glands and your thyroid's not quite working right. You may have some gut issues as well. I do work with people one-to-one, with women one-to-one. If you want to set up a call with me, have a chat together, and about what's troubling you the most, we can get to know each other. If you want to work with me, find out how I work with you, how I draw up a plan to help you. I do a thorough health check with all the ladies that I work with, and I've been through this myself. I've been through the perimenopause. I've been studying women's hormones for the last 10 years. I've been studying nutrition, health, and supplements and herbs, and how they can help you. And I've been working on how they've helped me over my perimenopause journey with my health issues. I was a sugar junkie. I was on the birth control pill, which really caused a lot of health deficiencies and mineral deficiencies, because minerals are really important in menopause, and making sure that you have enough minerals. Your minerals are working in your body correctly, because your minerals can get really imbalanced really quickly. So it's important to look at that, your mineral balancing as well. So thanks for watching. Please let me know that you've watched. If you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe. And anybody else watching my videos, come along to YouTube and support me there. Subscribe to my channel. It's where I store all my videos that I do. I'd love to see you there as well. So thanks very much, and take care of yourself. And if you have any questions, please ask me, and I'll join you again in another video another time. Take care. See you later.